Hey, I'm Deidre Detterman, host of the Do It My Way podcast, where we empower women business owners and CEOs to do business on their terms with no regrets, hesitation, or fear. I'm obsessed with all things marketing. I started my career in television, and I remember sitting in countless meetings, listening to executives talk about things that needed to change, but they never did. I was always thinking, what if we did it my way? Once I became an entrepreneur and I started living life on my terms, working the hours I want to work, making the money I want to make, I started to feel success. I was finally in control of my destiny. I hope you will join me on this journey discovering how you can do it your way. You're going to love our next guest, Kristy DeBoer. She's with KED Styled. She has an amazing story, and she helps women shine from the inside out. You're not going to want to miss it. Kristy, I'm so happy to have you here today.
Thank you so much. I'm really happy to be here.
So shout out to Kathy Taylor, because she's the one that sent me a message and said, because you styled her, right?
Yes.
For her big birthday party. And she looked adorable. And she said, you have to have Kristy on the show. She's just empowering women and doing all these great things. And so, and it's funny, the producer was sending me all these notes last night, and I was reading through everything, and I was like, we have a lot in common.
Yes, we do.
So I'm excited to kind of like dive in and find out more about your story. And you're very inspirational. So
thank you. And thank you, Kathy.
Yeah, we love Kathy. Kathy's awesome.
She's awesome.
Is she not? Like, I want to be Kathy when I grow up.
Oh, well, I mean, I get to be in her closet and have a moment of like, I'm not a psycho, but I'm a huge fan.
Totally.
No, she's incredible. And all the things that she's done for Tulsa, it's just like,
yes,
all the hearts.
For sure.
Yes.
I love that. Okay, so if someone doesn't know anything about you, because you wear a lot of hats, explain who you are. Who's Kristy?
I love this question.
Yeah.
So I thought I would go into words, but also kind of something funny. I'm a Leo. I'm an eldest daughter. I'm very sensitive. I'm strong. I'm a go-getter, and I like to think that I'm positive and I shine from the inside.
Well, look at you. That was the best answer yet. I love that. And I want to talk about shine from the inside. What does that mean to you?
So I feel like there's an energy that we exude, and that's when I say shine. It's not something that you can buy or something. It's just who you are, your spirit, and you can see it when you look your best, you feel your best, and you're doing your best. And so that's a practice that I've been working on.
I love that. It's a journey.
It is.
I think it's a journey for all women. You know, it's funny, you look at people from the outside and you're like, she's so confident, she's got it all together, you know, and it's like everyone has something inside that's like, you all have those days.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Well, it's not, it's a muscle. I say it's kind of, you're flexing a muscle, but it's not an all the time thing. So you're doing the work, which is the brick by brick to show up as your best self, but you're not your best all the time. That's impossible. So showing up in confidence, it's not, you know, a trend or a size, it's an energy. And so that's what I'm trying to help people find.
That's incredible. You can't buy that. And if you can give someone some confidence,
yes,
that's all they need.
Yes.
I mean, I tell my kids that all the time. I'm like, just go out there and be confident. And it doesn't matter what you do, just be your best and be confident. You're going to get really far.
Absolutely. It's a lot of rewiring, a lot of practice. So teaching yourself that it's okay to take chances and not asking for permission.
That's a great one. The show's called Do It My Way. Do not
do it my way, but do it your way.
Yeah,
and I will help you find your way.
That's right. And really, that's what Do It My Way is all about, is you finding your way and kind of blocking the noise and the pressure out and just following your heart, following your gut, your intuition, you know, whatever, if you're spiritual, you know, the Holy Spirit, like whatever it is that guides you.
100%.
You know, if you do that in life, you'll be so much happier, you'll have more success and all of that. So I love that.
Yeah. It's easier said than done. But yes,
I
am all about that. Exactly what you said. That's a wrap. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. Okay, so I want to get some context because you've had a crazy career up and down and all around.
Yes.
So we both started in television.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
So I did 10 years at Fox 23. You started on the assignment desk.
Yes, I did.
So tell me about that. Was that first job like out of college or?
Yes.
Okay.
I was an intern And then I got onto the assignment desk, and I actually stayed there almost my entire career, which is wild.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
That's a tough job.
I think so.
That's a very tough job.
For people that don't know, you're touching every piece of the newsroom, and you have a lot on your plate. It taught me time management, taught me about people skills, and I'm so grateful for my time in television. It was some of the wildest times of my life, and yeah.
The thing I love about TV, and we shout out to Brie over there. She'll have to sneak in and say hi. She worked for the morning show at Fox, and we hired her to come over here. If you work in television, you know deadlines. Oh. Right? It doesn't matter at 5 o'clock the news is going on, or if you're in the morning show, the news is happening whether you're ready or not. So it doesn't matter your story fell through. It doesn't matter whatever's going on. You don't feel good that day. You are going live, and you better be ready. And there's no other mentality that's like that. Mm-hmm. And so I love hiring people in news because you're so disciplined. You come in, and I can't even imagine the fires that you're dealing with, the assignment desk.
The show must go on.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And when you're dealing with a lot of different personalities and a lot of movement and a lot of different shows and producers, cameramen, reporters, anchors, all the different elements that go into a newscast, you really have a lot of respect for the people that look pretty reading.
You're exactly right.
So it's not just that.
But also the people calling you. I mean,
oh my gosh.
People can be rude.
Oh my gosh.
People can be, demanding.
Total psychos.
There's crazy people that call the news. It's absolutely.
It's a thing.
It's
a thing.
That's crazy. So, but what do you feel like that it's taught you that you've carried through today?
Trust your gut. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. That's so hard.
So you seem like someone that would want to be on the camera.
I never did.
And people tell me that because now here I have this podcast. They're like, oh, did you do? I was like, no, I was behind the scenes. I loved behind the scenes. I did marketing.
I felt like I was more in control, and I loved, helping people get what they needed, and then seeing the results at the end of the day. It's like
you kind of are the mama bear. Like everything starts with you at the assignment desk.
Yes, that's true.
I feel like people don't understand, but you're distributing everything out and really saying yes or stopping it from going any further.
That's true.
I mean, you're the gatekeeper. A lot of PR people want to
absolutely. That's a good
get to you.
Yes, it was really. I loved my time there, and it was a very humbling job, but also very rewarding because I owned it. We were the dream team at the time. I still have my dearest friends from Channel 2 and others, but
And how long did you do assignment desk?
So 6 years.
Okay, that's a long time.
And then I moved to sales. And then I had my first son and quickly was just like, this is not going to work. Motherhood, time, and money did not work out in television for me. So that's when I decided to pivot, and I ended up becoming a stay-at-home mom.
So that's great. Similar. I did 10 years and had my son really early, like 12 weeks early.
Oh my gosh.
And so my world flipped upside down. And TV is just not conducive to, it'd be really hard to do your job well and also be a mom. And, not that it can't happen. There's plenty of people that do it. But for the time I wanted to invest in my kids, there's no flexibility. Like TV is not flexible.
Same.
You're working Christmas, you're working, all the holidays, you're not getting off early. It's just a different environment.
Yes.
And, so I applaud you for saying, hey, I'm going to give my all as a mom.
Yes.
And you became a mom blogger. Right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So let's talk me through that, because you go from, it had to be a big life adjustment to go from TV to 24/7 on, like busy to stay-at-home mom. You're kind of like, oh, life has calmed down.
Yes. It was a lot, but I loved it. I poured myself into that role. I'd always wanted to be a mom, and so I took it really seriously. The mommy blogging was almost therapeutic. I felt like I was breaking open a mold of, this is hard.
It is hard.
We were kind of told like it's all good, and it's not.
It's hard.
So Just Happy Mommy became my blog because my son, when I had my second son, I had postpartum depression, and my younger one was 3 years old and said, just happy, mommy, just happy.
Oh.
Saying like, he just wanted me to be happy. And of course,
what a sweet little heart he
thinking,
is.
Me too, baby, me too. And it just became too much. So I started sharing unapologetically, but happily navigating motherhood as a, young stay-at-home mom. And it was really well received. It was really raw. It was, I learned a lot because at that time, social media was really starting to take off. And now I look back and I don't have any regrets, but I definitely got to the point where I was like, I'm putting my kids online and that's maybe not what I want to do anymore. And so now, fast forward, years later, I ask their permission and we have open conversations about social media. But ultimately, the blog was fun until it wasn't. I really thought that it became a toxic environment. It became really competitive. It was like, I don't know what's happened, but the journalist in me I was telling stories. That's, I guess, to answer your first question. I'm a storyteller. I love to share. I love to connect. And so by giving my experiences as a mom and putting it out there for other people to read and share and enjoy, that was really fulfilling. But it was also came with a little bit of backlash. People were like, whoa, 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 what is this? They didn't really understand it. And so, the animal that is social media is a wild one and it's not tamed. And so you have to figure it out for yourself. So the mommy blogging, as much as it was a blessing, it was also a curse for me. So I had to take a step back and I just really stopped altogether.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's such a great platform. I'm sure you connected with a lot of moms that were in the same vulnerable place you were in.
Yes.
So being authentic, you quickly got an audience, but then it's kind of like everyone knows everything about your life.
Yes.
And you want to have a private life and you want to be able to go to dinner with your family and not have, all of that, which makes it more difficult.
Sure. Yeah.
I remember because I started 918moms.com years ago. So a mom website, similar story, left TV, did that because I was like, okay, well, let's start putting content out there and we know how to sell advertising and I can work at home and raise my son. But I remember being like at the grocery store yelling at my kids, like my kids are 20 months apart and I just remember them going crazy, running everywhere. And I'm like getting on to them. I'm having just like a terrible day. And this lady stopping and staring at me and I'm like, she probably recognizes me because I was on the news. We did a radio show. We were on the Mixed Mom Squad, and then I was on the news every week. And so I'm like, I'm sure she knows who I am. And she's like, oh, that's that expert mom over there yelling at her kids. And you're like, I'm just a real person here, just trying to be real.
I had a post almost exactly like that. Yeah. It was in Target, and I just left my cart and walked out in the car in the parking lot and just started bawling. It was just like, what are we doing here? Like, this is wild. I don't need to be judged. My child is having a meltdown and I'm a human being. And so we're set to an unprecedented standard, I feel like, because we do share our life on social media. It's so weird.
It is a weird world.
It's just so weird.
It can be a blessing and a curse. I mean, I've 100%. Seen people take off and get to live this great lifestyle and, get affiliate links and all this stuff. But then you see the other side where there's no privacy. Yes. And Tulsa's not that big. So It's like people recognize pretty quickly, who you are and what you're doing. And if you don't want that public life, it's out there and it's kind of.
But then on the other side is that if I hadn't kept on sharing and doing me, then I wouldn't be sitting here probably.
True. So what was the evolution? Like Mommy Blog, did you just one day say I quit and you quit posting?
Yeah.
And got off social media?
For a little while, yeah. I was just.
And what age were your kids at that time?
Gosh, I don't even remember.
Okay.
But I mean, I would still share and stuff, but it wasn't as deep, if you will, and just took a minute. That was also part of my sober curiosity and my sober journey was really getting quiet and seeing what I wanted to share and what I wanted to do. And so that was really, really powerful. And I'm so thankful for that time because it got me back to me and not worrying about what everybody else wanted to see. It was like, no, I'm in charge.
Right.
This is my show.
Right.
Which is
my life.
Another part of being television to being on social media to having your own brand is well, I don't have to do the news. I don't have to do the story they told me to do. I don't have to shoot whatever they said. Like, I'm in charge. So what do I want to do? So do it my way, right?
Right, exactly.
And so that has been such a gift for me to have that realization, again, with the permission of just saying like, no, I can have a boundary and you don't need to know about what I'm doing or who I'm doing it with or whatever. And so just, we're always learning.
Yes.
We're always evolving. And that's the beauty of, of growth. Really, because I wouldn't be where I was if I hadn't started sharing and started doing all the things that I did years and years ago. So I've compounded that and learned how to steer where I want to go.
Mm-hmm. So let's go back to sobriety, because that's been a big part of your life. And I know you've shared some of that. Was this something you had a glass of wine every night? It was a problem? Like, kind of walk me through the state you were in.
Oh, yeah, sure. So, I'm a retired party girl. So I was sorority, that whole scene. And, back in the early 2000s, like that was what you did if you were cool. Like you just went out and partied, you went to the club, you went to the bars, and then motherhood happened. And so then that became the whole like mommy wine culture that drove me into that in 2016-ish. Started having some moments of like, ooh, this is maybe not such a good look. And then going into therapy, and my therapist was like, well, why don't you just quit drinking? And it wasn't an every night thing. It was more like I would go a long stint of not drinking and then go out on a girls' night and just, go wild. And then having anxiety and just really trying to replay the night in my mind. It was just, oh, God, I cannot imagine that life again, because it was just like I was hurting me for nothing to try to be part of the group. I thought that was the cool thing to do. And it was always like this little like, hey, maybe that's not what you should be doing, I can be an all or nothing person. So I'm not like a 1 or 2 drink type of person. And I learned that about myself. So on my 39th birthday, I was like, I'm out. We're done.
Did something happen that made you, or you're just like, you know what, birthday, it's a good time to start?
Oh, gosh.
Before I'm 40, I'm diving in.
Yeah, it was a bad night out at, and I just had not a, I was screaming at myself on the way home, just like, you can't do this anymore. You can't do this anymore. And so, I stopped right then and there. And I'm over 4 years sober now. And it is the best thing. I could cry. It is the best thing I've ever done for me. And my kids are so proud of me, and my husband, my family, my friends. I'm still Kristy. I'm just clear and free and better.
I mean, it gives you so much clarity. Because think about after a night out, and I did the whole sorority girl thing too. And, I still will go with my girlfriends and have some wine and all that. But you do the next day, I'm like, I can't function well.
Right.
Like, I definitely can't work. Like, I can't do it when I have to work the next day.
Yeah.
And just any clarity is just not there. It's like you're a little foggy, you're a little off. I like to eat healthy. I don't like to eat healthy after I've been out and had a night out. I'm like, give me Freddy's and whatever else.
Yes.
And I don't eat like that.
Yes.
And then that makes me feel bad. And so it's like, what came from that's good?
Right.
I have 3 alcoholics in my family, like serious alcoholics. So this touches me in a different spot.
Yeah.
My brother's actually a year sober. We just celebrated on Saturday night, which was amazing.
That's wonderful.
For him to go through that.
Good for him.
But I've watched the journey of way more than what you're sharing.
Yeah.
I know it starts there, but it ends a lot worse than that.
Sure.
But you woke up and said, this is not what I want to do. It's not what I want to do with my life.
Right.
I don't want to feel like this.
Yeah.
Which I applaud you, because it is more, it's easier to go out and say, I'm going to have a glass of wine. Everybody else is having a glass of wine. It's girls' night.
Yeah.
We're all just connecting, new moms, football moms, whatever.
Sure.
They're going to go out to say, you know what? No, I'm not going to drink.
Yeah.
Is harder. So
it is until it isn't. And then it becomes your superpower. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I'd done this a lot earlier. I just feel like I would never do that again, because I didn't know. I feel like we didn't know back then, or maybe I just was ignoring it. But I can follow my intuition now. And again, it's just so much better, because I don't waste my time. I don't even remember how I did what I did.
Because you can't get up and be productive.
Right.
You're not
so this
productive.
was also compounding as far as like, self-image and feeling like not as not my best Kristy. And so what does Kristy 2.0, as I would say?
Yeah, exactly.
KED 2.0. I did a life audit. I wrote down what does Kristy look like? What is she doing? What is she wearing? What is she consuming? Not just food and alcohol, but it would be, books and social media and just all these things. And what does she want? Well, she wants to travel. She wants to be present. She wants to be a mom that her kids are proud of. And they've always been proud of me, but I wasn't. So I took that one thing and I leveled up and just kept going and going and going because that alcohol was holding me down. And so I lost weight. I started running. I, started being more confident and then eventually starting my own brand. So
that's amazing. So let's talk about fitness because I'm a huge fitness.
Me too.
Like that's one of my favorite things too. So, and I really do think a lot of the success I've had, I point back to having that discipline to get up every day. I'm 30 years into getting up at 5 a.m, like really religiously.
Let's go.
5 days a week.
I'm a few years behind you, but I'm all about the 5 a.m. club.
Yeah. I mean, you get it done, you feel great. And it's not even like, there were vanity metrics maybe in the beginning, oh gosh, I want to lose weight. I want to make sure I'm keeping weight off. But now it's more clarity. It's, I have some ADHD going on. I think they didn't diagnose back then, but I for sure do. And if I don't get up and get the workout in, I come to work and I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
Like it helps me. And I really think it's helped with success. So share with me just your fitness journey and how you feel like that's affected your life.
I've always been into health and fitness. My mom is, was a runner and was always just very top of mind. So that didn't come like out of nowhere. I ran and I played tennis in high school and all that kind of stuff. But then, for now, I say my movement is my medicine. So mommy has to go take her medicine or
I love that.
I'm nicer after I go for a run. But again, like not to be, but it is a little calculated. I want to look a certain way. So I do more extreme things to look the way that I do at 43 years old. So I started running, and then eventually that led to running marathons. And now I do Pilates at Plank or Legree and yoga. And it is so important. It's a piece of my foundation. So sobriety and fitness, definitely a piece of my foundation. And it's just the lifestyle. And back to your saying like you would hire someone from television. A friend of mine sent me a reel on Instagram that said, I would hire an endurance runner because they don't give up and they know how to have a threshold. They also they have a baseline that other people don't have. And they know the reward is the journey. It's not the race. The reward is the journey.
That is exactly it.
Yeah.
I love that. So I haven't ever heard that analogy, but that's so true. Anything that you can show discipline in and do it every day for long, lengths of time that's going to help you in the job.
Absolutely.
And there's definitely science behind the serotonin that goes to your brain when you're working out and you get that high and that, the runner's high or whatever. Yeah. I mean, that's so true.
Yeah.
You just feel better. You can be a better mom.
I have a tattoo on my neck that says strong. And so that like kind of encompasses everything we just talked about was like the sobriety and the running and like, oh my gosh, and being a mom and being a female in this world is, we're strong. We can do things. It's very empowering. And so that's my reminder. It's
I love
pretty
that.
hardcore.
I love that. I mean, you can't go run a marathon if you're drinking alcohol. Like that's just not going to work out well for you.
They do. But, not me.
Yeah. So are you doing Route 66 coming up? Or?
I'm doing the Tulsa Run, the Route 66 half, and then I will do a full. I don't know what yet.
Okay.
I try to do one full marathon a year, so we'll see.
That's great.
Yeah.
My daughter's running the half. She's never, we're like a 5K family.
That's wonderful.
And she's doing the half Route 66. Yeah. She just graduated from college. So she's like, this is a good goal for me. I want to get back in shape, the sorority life and all that.
Yeah.
And so she's been training. So I go with her because I can't really run anymore with my knees like that. I can run about 3 miles, but then I'm about capped. But I go on a bike. And so because I want her to be safe in the morning too, because she's got to go before work. So I follow her on my bike and she's running. And then our dog goes too. And so like,
where's that reel, Brie?
I know,
That's
we
the
need
content we need.
I know it's super fun, but and it also helps her because she'll be like, I'm not feeling it today. I'm like, keep going, you've got this.
Awesome.
And it's dark out.
I love
we're
that.
running,
yeah.
or I'm riding the bike. But anyway, I just think making yourself do little goals like that. I was like, if you have something to look forward to, I'm like, okay, we're going on vacation here. I'm really going to make sure, my nutrition is on point for the next 2 months.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel good on the vacation. And it's not like I'm going to look totally different, but I just feel better.
Yes.
And all that. So let's talk nutrition. Do you follow a strict regimen or are you more just the workout?
No.
Well, you know what? The fact that you can do that and look the way you look, because I'm at the age where you got to have your nutrition on point or just doesn't work.
I eat like a 13-year-old and you'd hate me for it. Roman and I, my son, oh yeah.
You're like the chicken nuggets and the fries and all that.
Hideaway, Burger Street.
But look at you. I would do that too if I could. I look at a burger and it shows up really quickly on me.
No, I don't know. I'm literally lucky. Oh, and chocolate chip cookies, the brown butter chocolate chip cookies from Whole Foods are fire. And I love Brahms. Brahms is one of my jams.
Good stuff.
But yeah, I'm a foodie for sure. My family has had restaurants and different things like that. And so I love the community aspect of food. And I really want to start Kathy actually inspired me. I want to start having more things at my house, trying to bring in community and have those dinner parties and stuff. That's a goal. That's a goal for me because I used to do it a lot and I haven't in a while. So I think that's something, maybe a new way to pivot for me.
You're also at a busy stage in life. You're still driving boys around, sports, and you've got all. Yeah. So once they turn 16, and you can kind of have more time. But it is.
I'm not ready.
You're at that busy stage.
Yes. So something I was going to tell you. I don't like the word busy. I feel like it has a negative connotation. So I say full.
Okay.
I say I have a full calendar. I have a full day, or I have a full life. Or on Sundays, I'm rotting.
Rotting in the couch with your Brahms.
On the bed. Yes, absolutely. Yes. But, there's no balance. There's just choices. But as far as having a full life, my boys really are everything to me. And I'm so thankful. And my husband, my partner, we try to run a tight ship. We're trying to do the things, parenting is the hardest job in the world. And so we are very, very, very lucky and very, very blessed to have two healthy, strong boys, strong-willed as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're doing great. And I'm so thankful because they see me. They've seen the evolution of their mom that sometimes they, are like, but I don't have this or I don't have that. And it's like, well, tough.
Right.
I got a photo shoot,
Right.
So those things have been difficult, but also turned into blessings because then they can see that your hard work does pay off. And,
definitely. I think it's a great example for your kids to watch you work and do your thing and be able to contribute to the family. And maybe you get to do extra things because, hey, we're going to go on this vacation because mom is working too. And we get to do that.
That's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah. Having those dinner conversations of hey, this is this and this is, this costs this much and what do we want to do and where do we want to go and, this time and what is the commitments that we're going to give. And sports has been a huge piece of our life. Mm-hmm. And we have had, great ups and downs. And I think that is just part of having, kids. And in today's world, competitive sports can be very difficult.
It can.
And toxic. And so we've had, we're really lucky that we have taken that time to really nurture them and help them understand that that's not just what life's all about. We have to do hard things to have fun.
Right.
And I love it, but it's so hard.
It is a lot. It can be a lot. And social media plays into that these days with kids. Yeah. And everything is so much more competitive. I remember whenever I grew up, it was you could play 3 sports and it was no big deal.
Right.
They encourage that. They want the kids to do that. And now it's you must specialize in 3rd grade as an Olympic swimmer. And you're wait, we're just trying to do swim lessons. It's just so extreme.
For sure.
I feel like kids feel that pressure.
They do.
Of just what about us just going out there and having fun?
Yes.
Football games are supposed to be fun. It's like the whole school coming together. But I think there's just such a competitive side these days that makes it tough.
I couldn't agree more. And we actually say that a lot. It's like, this is supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
And furthermore, this is your thing. This is not my thing. This is not Dad's thing. This is your sport, your time, your commitment. We will give you all the tools and all the things that you need to be successful. But at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, then, you got to show up. You got to do the practices and you got to do the hard work. All that to say, my younger one was in tackle football, and we recently decided that wasn't for him. And to see his mental health completely shift was amazing.
Wow.
So, and that's okay.
Again, you didn't follow the crowd.
Correct.
Right?
Oh no, we don't do that.
So, which is amazing. That's a lesson.
Yes.
That's a lesson.
Yes. We also
Everyone's
was hard because, we've made a commitment. We want to follow things through, this, that, and the other. But at the same time, what's it worth?
Right.
If you're not happy and you're not having fun, you're having anxiety or grades are suffering, this, that, and the other.
Not worth it.
But anyways, yeah, it's been, we're making it through and they're happy and that's all that matters.
Well, you sound like an incredible mom.
Oh,
you're doing a
I'm
good
trying.
job. You're doing
I have
a good
great
job.
mom. I have a great mom.
That helps.
So
that does help.
yes.
I have an amazing mom, and I think that helps.
And I have a wonderful community of friends, and we are very strong and help each other, again, navigate.
Yeah.
Where are we going? How are we getting there? And we're trying to do it together. And it's being a mom's the hardest job in the world.
It is. And most rewarding.
Yes.
I would say hardest and most rewarding. Yes. Okay, let's talk style.
Okay.
Because you have such fun style today.
Thank you.
So KED Styled.
Yes.
Share with me what that's all about.
Okay, KED Styled is not just about fashion or a size or a label. It's an energy. And so when I wanted to figure out what I wanted to do next, I listened to a lot of podcasts, so thanks for having me on, was do the thing you wanted to do when you were little. Well, I can't be a pop star, even though I pretend to be one on Instagram and on social media. Style has always been inside of me. I did style shows for my dad. We would do little dance routines to songs in our living room. And then also with the social media, showing my outfits and getting great feedback. And people asking me, what would you wear? Will you help style me? Will you go shopping with me? This, that, whatever. And I thought, oh my gosh, I think I could do this. And so, with a dream and a prayer and no permission, I just went for it. And so that's part of taking chances not only on myself and building a business that I was just like, here we go, we're going for it, to taking chances with your style. So showing women how to show up with confidence and not having it be a one size fits all, a clickable, we're all going to dress the same. That is not KED Styled. KED Styled is individual. It is personal. It is about bringing out your best self. So what's for me is not, that kind of vibe. And so KED Styled is my third child, if you will. And I'm just so proud of all that I've accomplished in such a short amount of time, because I think that it's the belief. If you believe in it, and that means other people will believe in it. And so I think as many times as I wanted to quit, I didn't. And I'm so thankful that I didn't, because I do believe in it. I do believe that our clothing and our style and our energy, it matters.
It does matter. And you show up different when you feel good.
Yeah.
If you're wearing a new outfit that you feel good in, you show up different at work, you show up different at home.
Yep.
It's, you just have a different energy about you for sure.
Absolutely. So today's outfit, I went for big, bold, because I
love it.
I love to make a statement. I love bold. But also just for someone that's listening, taking little bite-sized pieces, maybe wear your favorite jacket. And who cares? Like, go for it. Wear your favorite earrings. Wear something that is your favorite, that you feel really, really good in. And then once you start to compound that, then you maybe wear all of it together, which is what I did today.
I love that. All your favorite things.
So I got a new dress.
I love it.
I have this blazer. It's years old that I've actually worn as a dress too. I have some new jewelry. I do mix everything. I don't care, like gold, diamonds, turquoise, silver, whatever. And then my leopard boots.
Love it.
So be bold. Go for it. Take a chance. It's supposed to be fun. There's no rules with fashion. There's suggestions. There's directions. There is science behind certain things. But KED Styled, it's giving women confidence and permission to show up as their best self. And so I have an amazing job.
Okay, I love that. Okay, if there's a woman out there that thinks, I need help with my style, I don't know what to wear, maybe it's a new mom and you're trying to figure out your new life and all of that, like what is the first thing you do?
Well, I interview them like a journalist. I ask them a ton of questions, and you think about like who are you, where are you going, what are you doing, how do you want to look? And really we talk about words, and we talk about their lifestyle and how they want to show up. And sometimes it's, I need to look professional, I need to look sophisticated, and I need to be comfortable. Other times it's like, I want to be, classic and preppy and girly, or, so when we are working with a client, when I'm working with a client, it's about her, what she wants or what he wants to show up in the world. So I ask them a lot of questions, and then we dive into all the details. So anything from like, do you want a crew neck? Do you want a V-neck? Do you like this material? Very, very sensory. And then teaching them about textures and details and like shine and all the different elements that go into style that make it very visually pleasing. I'm like, oh my gosh, yummy. So you think of it as teaching them a skill that they may not have. And eventually it's like the building blocks again. You're building a foundation of, okay, this is what I like. This is how I feel. So let's build on that. And let's hope that we can show up feeling that way all the time, because it's curated. It's not one-stop shop. I mean, I can do the curated, or I can do the capsule wardrobe as a baseline, which I love, but then it's over time, they build their personal style, and I help them, do that.
I always have people say to me, you like color, right? Because this is more muted for me. I rarely don't wear something that's like bright.
Yes.
And I'm like, I do. It makes me happy. Color makes me happy. I do always show up like that. But is it safe to say that you basically don't style people the same? Like there's not someone that's going to, like you couldn't pick and go, Kristy styled them. They all look different because it's based on their personality.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
But I mean, there are things, when you're saying about maybe a new mom, I say a matching set all day long. It's easy, it's put together, and you don't really have to think about it, So that's one of the jokes is my friends are like, oh, she bought another matching set.
But who doesn't love sets?
But they're not all the same, and they're all different. And so, I really hope that I can bring out people's individuality, because that's, what style is. It's personal. And it's not, like I said, it's not fashion. It can be, a trend or a label or something that you can buy, but style is who you are. And like you said, it has to fit into your lifestyle. If you're a mom with 3 kids running around all day, you can't probably have the heels on. You've got to have, unless you're me.
Do you?
Oh gosh, that showing up at football is so fun. I love it.
Yeah, so great.
But it's taken me time to figure that out, but I like that.
And you go into their closet, you go shopping with them, like kind of talk about the different ways that you work with them.
So usually it's a 3-part, I do 3 sessions. So we start in their closet, a closet edit, where we literally go through piece by piece and, keep, discard, or donate. And sometimes we will make notes of, hey, I think you're missing a black skirt, or hey, you really need a white low profile sneaker, or you need a funky jacket. Like we need something fun. We need more accessories, or we need a scarf. And so taking notes to help fill in the gaps of their wardrobe. And then the next step is that we shop with intention. So we shop with that list, and then I go and make, suggestions, whether it's with links or in-person shopping, I prefer. So they go and try on, and we try to knock things off the list. Then the third part is the styling, where we blend it together, and I create outfits for them, and I put together, anywhere. I usually do about 30 outfits or more.
That's a lot.
So, yeah, it's a lot. And so
it's a month's worth.
And that's
month's worth of
everything
great things.
From head to toe. That's jewelry, outfits, belts, shoes, the whole 9. But then I do have other services that I provide, special event styling, trip packing, photo
trip's
shoots.
a good one.
Oh, I love trip packing.
Especially if you're like,
So
I just got back from
styling-
Italy.
Yes.
And to try to, we were there 10 days and you want to look cute. But to pack in one bag and,
Yes.
you know, some of it had to go together. So I can see a big need for that.
That's really fun. Yeah, I love that part. I love it. So
How fun. So where do people get a hold of you if they're interested in like a style consultation?
yeah, absolutely. So you can find me on Google, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and then my website is KEDstyled.com.
Styled with a D. Like
Yes.
KEDstyled.com.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for everything
you.
today. Your energy is so fun and I love everything that you're about. Just
Thank you so
empowering
much.
women. That's what we
Yes.
try to do here. So
Absolutely.
And I love the journey that you've been on.
Thank you.
You sound like, it's a great inspiration for all the women out there.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you for listening to the Do It My Way podcast. If you're wanting to build a personal brand, but you aren't sure where to start, I want you to book a discovery call with me at deidredetterman.com. I hope you are empowered today to do business on your terms with no regrets, hesitation, or fear. Again, head over to deidredetterman.com and click on Get a Quote.